Sup nerds, here's Ben. He's going to give us his 7 Great Demon Lords deck profile.
What's up, dudes? I'm playing 7 Great Demon Lords. We're going to start off with Otama. I'm playing... Where is your camera focused?
Right there, I'm telling you where the frame is. It's right here. No, it's fine. That's saying in, dude. No.
I'm playing, for Otama, I'm playing the
I'm cutting this out.
Okay, for Otama, I'm playing the 4 gates of the Deadly Sins. Some people might play the Royal Knight Egg, but I'd rather just have straight up consistency with my hatches. I want to make sure I always suck up a gate every single turn, and not be able to get the reduction the way I want it might end up hindering more than helping me. Plus, I've never had the scenario where the Tama's first, so you just play Mega Zoo, but I don't want to give that a try. Get into our rookies. We don't play very many. I'm only playing the 4 Leviamons. This is probably the best starter in the deck. You want to see this card as many copies you can, as often as you can. Searches on play and starting main phase. So if you do this before you trigger your gates, you can get more search in. It's a really good card, and it's also how you sustain your life, because if you have another level 6 7 Great Demon Lord, you can put it in security, or you can recover it essentially to digivolve this into a Leviamon Chaos mode in your trash, which is a whole lot of power for. It's a pretty strong turn if you can play a Mega and then play a Leviamon in the same turn. I'm only playing 2 Sistermon Blancs. I'm not the biggest fan of this card, but it's necessary. We don't have enough ways of light cycling in this deck, so you need just a little bit more cycling. You can trash. Basically, your gates don't care what dies. As long as something dies by the gate effect, you can tuck a 7 Great Demon Lord. So you need bodies that die to your 7 Great Demon Lord, to your gate effect at the start of your turn. For the tech of the deck, well, it's not really a tech, it's necessary. I'm playing 3 Porcupamons. The Floodgate rookies really hinder this deck, what you're trying to do. Pillowmon, Chikurimon type effects. So you can't play by effects or can't reduce play costs. Both of them are harmful to the deck. So I'm playing multiple copies of this, because I really want to see it when I need to use it to make sure I don't get locked out the game. And it's a much cheaper removal than hard dropping a Mega for full value. Getting into our 7 Great Demon Lords. I'm playing 4 Leviamon. I think this is the best card in the deck. This card is it's not very good removal per se. He gives your opponent agency over what happens. But the reason why this card is goated is because of his alternative effect. When he will leave the battle area, you can bottom deck a Leviamon in the source or in the trash. And when you do so, you can flow into any of your level 6 7 Great Demon Lords. He can't flow into another copy himself, or he'll be like uber busted. But yeah, this is how you interact with your opponent. Basically, if they try to remove this guy, or have an effect that forces them to remove this guy, you have ways to address them. Since this deck doesn't play any aces, I'll get into one of our predominant 7 Great level 6s. It's Leviamon. Leviamon's good. He can swing. He has rush. If you on play, you mill 4. If you have 10 of your trash afterwards, you can digivolve 2 one of your opponent's Digimon. And this is one of the first ones to have the alt turn where when his Digimon will leave the battle area other than by battle, you place a 7 Great Demon Lord from your trash underneath your gate. This is one of the staples of the deck. The other toolbox one in the deck is the Creepymon. On play when all these are on play when digivolving, because this deck does not restrict you from digivolving, so you can digivolve these if you have to. You delete your on play, you delete your opponent's Digimon at the lowest DP, and then for each level of that Digimon, you trash the top of your deck. So if you level 3, you trash 3, level 7, you trash 7. Which you can. There are certain situations where you will hit level 7 with this card. The reason why this card is also really good is because it has blocker, which is relevant because you have you need to stay alive long enough to win the game. More toolbox options in the deck is I'm playing one Lilith and one Barbamon. Lilith on play, give opponents Digimon end of their turn, delete it. And basically on their opponent's turn, if something dies other than herself, you trash your opponent's top security. Chris was saying in their podcast how basically she basically seduces other Digimon to do her bidding. Basically, when she would die, you can kill something else. You can kill a level 5 or lower instead, and it doesn't have to be yours. It could be your opponent's as well. So she's just like, she can stick on the board if against the right certain matchups, but she's certain situations where she's not as good. She also doesn't have the all turns to put another Demon Lord underneath. Barbamon is less good, but he still has his utility. He rips a random card from your opponent's hand. It's basically random, so they can't really have no agency over what you choose, and you don't either. It'd be cool if you could look at it and rip one. But,
unfortunately, he says without looking.
Yes. But he has all turns when the card is transferred from your opponent's hand once per turn, so it doesn't even have to be by his effect. As long as your opponent trashes a card in your hand, so he might be good against purple decks, or maybe even Leviamon if you catch him lacking. You basically get to play a play cost. You count your number of cards in your opponent's hand and say 10 minus however many cards you have in your hand. You can play that play cost worth of purple card from your trash. If this doesn't restrict the purple, you can play Leviamon. Well, you couldn't play Leviamon because Leviamon's 10 cost. But if this didn't restrict the color, you could probably play Sistermons. But as of now, your best target is Porcupine. Then I'm playing 4 Leviamon. I'm playing 2 from the new set and 2 of the old ones. This is still just a really good removal. This card wants you to win the board. So you need to have more stuff than your opponent or equal to your opponent to get all the utility out of this card. But in certain matchups, this card is really good. Like if you play against Blue Flare and they hard drop a Metal Greymon, you can just activate this effect and strip the sources, so you don't have to worry about them swinging with jamming or multiple times. And because we're playing Leviamon, we're playing one Leviamon X. I rarely ever digivolve into this, but it's still good. It's still a name. That's 7 Great Demon Lord game. We're playing 1 Sleepy Boy and 2 of the Rage modes. Sleepy Boy is a name. He's still a good card. Rage mode is more removal, and he also has the Leviamon. The new Leviamon also has it where when he will leave the battle area other than by battle, these 2 float. And that's all. That's it for all the 7 Great Demon Lords. Getting into Ogudomon, the boss of the deck. I'm playing 3 copies. I really want to make sure I get one of these in trash as quickly as possible, so I can make sure I have the effect live as soon as possible. Because the sooner you get it, the sooner you want to play this. Most case scenarios, sometimes you have to be patient and wait because the game state. If you play this and your opponent answers it, you just lose. You can also just hard digivolve it, and if your opponent has a Pillowmon out, you can digivolve on one of your megas and hope it sticks. That way you can still trigger your gates, even though you can't play anything from your trash. You can still have a Gudo ready to win the game. When digivolving, you can take up to 7 different names, 7 Demon Lord names underneath them. And if you took at least 4, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimons or Tamers. And then second when attacking, you can bottom deck. If he has 7 sources, you can bottom deck 7 to basically delete up to 7 Digimon and Tamers. And for each one you don't delete, and for 7 minus however many Digimon Tamers you delete, you trash that many security. One of Ruin mode, just more utility. Digivolve this. You basically can play your megas for free, or 1 memory, one of the 2. Just digivolve this the past turn. That way you can't get hit by floodgate rookies until. If you could do this the turn, if you could say this for the turn, you're ready to Ogudomon. It just makes sure that your Ogudomon can come out. For Tamers, I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4 Digimon Emperors. This deck needs draw. This is the best utility draw tamer we have. The only problem is it's only level 5 or lower, which sucks because sometimes you kill level 6s and you can't get the draw. But it also serves as a floodgate for rookies, like Rookie Rush strategies or Ukamon. So it has like a double-edged purpose. but this deck needs draw, and this is the best tamer for drawing. One missed memory, just filler. It helps facilitate the deck to an extent. It's not the greatest, but I'm just playing it for utility. Another 7 Great Demon Lord name, Rise of the 7 Great Demon Lord. Main, you talk a Digimon, not another copy of itself or another option underneath your gates. And his delay when one of your 7 Great Demon Lords is deleted, you can basically delay this to play out one from your gates, so you get another on play that way. Another name, 7th Lightning, just another utility option. If it comes down to security, it's a bomb, but otherwise you're probably never going to get the trash effect because this is not focused on digivolving your Leviamons. Plus, a lot of times I don't know if I want to use it in the first place because I need to make sure, it's very important to make sure you have 7 names in your trash. I'm also playing Rivals Barrage. We have multiple cards that trash cards from your deck. Just getting this unless you pick up any of the purple Digimon in your deck, which you pick up a 7 Great Demon Lord for the hard play. You can pick up Run Mode, or you can pick up Pokemon if you need to remove a rookie. And the last 2 cards in my deck is 2 Biting Crush. This card, expensive, but it still has really good utility and uses against certain decks. But the most important thing about it is removal, I guess. This card is really good in the mirror. If you can establish one of these with a Leviamon, if you have both Leviamons, you're good no matter what the situation is. But if you establish this with a Leviamon, your opponent can't Ogudomon you without you just answering their Ogudomon immediately. That's basically it. It's going to take a little bit of practice to get this deck down. It's a powerful deck that has a lot of answers, but it really struggles against things that can't be deleted. You have to figure out when and how you can Ogudomon, because just simply Ogudomoning can lose you the game. But if you can get the win condition established and you just swing, you win the game most of the time. So it's a really good deck, and I hope you enjoy it.